Hey, Rocky. Come on. No? Okay. Hey.
Showtime, baby, showtime. Wayne Brady in the house. What up, Wayne Brady?
How are you, black man?
I'm good, man. How about yourself?
Man, I am absolutely wonderful. I'm out here enjoying the sun in Los Angeles. I'm looking at a beautiful day and counting my blessings.
Hey, man. Sound like a preacher right there, man.
Yes, sir. Testify one time.
It's good to see you, man. I mean, last time we saw each other in person, we had such a good time, man. But, we
Man,
got
I
to get
tell
what we can
people,
get.
I'm still telling people that you are truly like, and I mean this in the best way. You are truly from someone who does a lot of interviews and puts up with a lot of people who are not prepared, who are journalists in the loosest sense of the word, who don't care about the guests that come on, who are checking out their grocery list in their mind. You are one of the most engaging, sociable, well-read, well-versed in the person and caring hosts that I truly have dealt with, because you deal with people like I deal with people when I host. So thank you, brother.
Oh, thank you, man. I appreciate that, brother. How much I owe you for that?
$25.50. Verbal Ace, what's up, man?
So how's life with quarantine, man? I hope you get off of this thing soon. How's things with you?
Well, I'm actually in a cool spot, that all of the shows shut down, but luckily my shows were taped before this happened. So I'm like one of the only cats where you can throw a rock and hit me on TV. I've got this show called Wayne Brady's Comedy IQ
Yeah.
on BYU TV. I've got new episodes of Let's Make a Deal every single day on CBS. At night, on Monday nights, you can see me on Whose Line Is It Anyway on the CW, and I'm still working on the rest of my record, and I'm working in my studio. A lot of musicians and actors, this is what I used to do anyway, was just stay home and work. So I'm just staying home and worked, and I'm blessed to have my family here with me. And I'm making TikToks.
I know. I've been seeing the TikToks. You've been going crazy with that thing.
Going hard,
I've done
man.
one of those. Huh? I said, you've been going crazy with them things, man. I haven't done one. I saw the one where you was clapping today with your daughter's head.
My daughter and I were just talking about that video because she got a little mad at me. Not a lot. Miley, were you frustrated with me?
I looked crusty and I didn't want it.
She said that she looked crusty, and I was like, "Baby, you're beautiful. You didn't look crusty." So she was a little irritated at me.
No. So look, one thing I gotta ask you, man, and I know you clarified this, but in the beginning of this quarantine, you were talking about your unique quarantine situation. What you got going on.
Well, actually, because the whole family's all over here at my house right now. My ex-wife Mandy, whom you met when I came out and did the show, she's
Right.
my business partner, and we create shows together, and we happen to create a life. And her boyfriend, who is one of our business associates as well, Jason, we quarantine together, not in the same house. We don't live in the same house.
Right.
But I live in my house, and 6 minutes up the road, that's where they live. So I'm either at their house or they're at mine, and that's how we are quarantining, because I'm a big family person. I believe that you should ride or die for real with your family. That's who you rock with, no matter what.
Yeah, man, that's big, and I definitely give you a round of applause on that because honestly, if me and my wife split, I don't think I could be her friend anymore.
See, but I understand that. But here is the thing, that Mandy and I approach this from a different viewpoint. When you meet somebody romantically, sometimes you don't start off as friends, right? That like you start off with the intention of, oh, we are going to get together. It's attraction, and then your friendship builds from there and blossoms into something else. So that when you break up, the friendship isn't primary. It's like, oh, I don't want to be with you anymore. Bye. Mandy and I, when we met each other in '95, I'm dating myself. She was 19 and I was 23. We were friends. And when we moved to LA, sure, we were dating, but the two of us, we were in this big ass town by ourselves, broke. Nobody had my back except her, and I had her back. We came up together. So when I finally hit it, she was the person that believed in me the entire time. Nobody else was there. Then we had a baby. So we never stayed friends because of our child. Because I see some friends say, oh, you got to do it for the child. Yeah. We did it because we genuinely love each other, and that love is transferred to our child, and she sees a healthy representation of family sticking it out. So all the TikTok nonsense, that's the end result of 20 odd years of therapy, of yelling, screaming, getting mad at each other, throwing stuff, and coming back around. That's love.
You ain't lying, boy. That's love at its finest state. So, you know, and speaking of therapy, we had talked about something before when we were in New York. And, you know, and I commended you for coming out and talking about battling depression. And that's one of the things that I wanted to touch on, because, you know, a lot of people are really dealing with mental health issues, being stuck in a house now where we are. You know, it's getting even worse. The anxiety rates are through the roof. Speak on how you're able to cope with what you were dealing with.
Depression, especially right now. In fact, we were just having a conversation at the table about, you know, being in a state of, I just want to go back to my room and I want to close the windows and wish this day was over. And the person that said that to me, I said, no, you can't do that. In fact, we have to look outside. We have to find some bright silver lining to this whole thing, because if you don't find the positivity, and when depression hits you, and I don't know if any one of your viewers watching has had that weight, especially if you're clinically depressed, if that weight is on you and it's like it wants to smother you, your depression is an enemy that says you can't do anything. Is that I'm going to stop you and I'm going to mush you down and I'm going to smother you. If you give into that, then you are giving away your life. You have to find something, even if it's one reason, even if it's making your bed. And that's the first step to getting up. If you've got a routine where you make your bed, you're like, I made my bed, so I can't lie in it anymore. Now I have to get up and get the rest of the day done. Nice. That's the first. Even if you do one thing, and then the one thing becomes two things, now we got to pick up the phone and I got to call my buddy that I haven't talked to in a minute and see how they're doing. Because if I ask how he's doing, then that takes me out of my own head. And the next thing you know, it's 8 o'clock at night and you've been up all day. You go, oh, well, damn, I made it. Let me go to sleep and start it over again. Yes. That's the best way that I found to cope. You got it. One thing leads to the next. And I'm blessed because I've got creativity to help me on my journey.
Oh, yeah. That creativity is something else. And I know you've been using a lot of it since you've been in this quarantine space. I was just looking down a list of things. Of course, you got the comedy IQ that we talked about on BYU TV. Then you got the, I had to make notes because you just do so much. The Neighborhood with Cedric. When did you guys shoot that?
We shot that a few weeks before quarantine hit. In fact, we were in the middle of shooting the season finale, and we rehearsed, and we left work on a Friday. Ced was like, all right, everybody, dap, dap, dap. No, because at that point, everybody's like, okay, I won't dap you because things are happening, but high five, air high five, and I'll see you at work on Monday. We got a call Saturday night. We will not be seeing you for this last episode of The Neighborhood. Things shut down. It was like clunk, but they needed to. So we shot that a few weeks before time. I was also on an episode of Mixed-ish a couple of weeks before the quarantine stopped. My third season of Black Lightning, where I joined the cast for 4 episodes. It's on Netflix right now. And if you go to Funny or Die and put in Wayne Brady, I just released a music video called Mr. Sanitary. I released an R&B joint about being the sexiest quarantine dude in this quarantine dating era. And I also released a video on Funny or Die with Walmart called Look at These Hands. I'm about wearing your gloves and wearing a mask. And, I'm just trying to keep it active, man.
That thing was hilarious. That Mr. Sanitation.
Oh, thanks, man.
Man, I cried when I saw that thing. So you just, man, I swear you're in just such a space where you're just creating like that. So you say you did Mr. Hands with Walmart?
Yeah. I did it. They reached out and asked me to do a video for them, and so what's cool is I'm getting a chance to still do what I do. It's just turned into a different business model. Folks are asking me to write and create these funny songs for them. I'm doing a lot of outreach work. I'm talking to high schools virtually and teachers virtually, to support them, and I'm able to use these funny songs to. Rush actor says, I didn't know that you were in so much. Well, you need to recognize. I don't know what you think I was doing. You got to work, man.
Hey, look, man. I'm going to tell you something funny. Somebody called me today and said, man, did you know Wayne Brady won, what's the show where they be in the costumes? He won the Masked Singer. I said, what? He did? Season 2, they almost done with season 3. Yes, he won season 2 of the Masked Singer.
Yeah, but they got to go back and watch. They got to go back and check it out.
People get on. You do so much that people get on at different points in your career. You know what I mean? And I think
as long as the train don't stop.
Yeah, man. So look, I think 2 of my neighbors are watching right now, Anne Marie and Aaron, and they're big Wayne Brady fans, right? So they said,
really?
Make sure that I ask you about the Masked Singer. So
yes,
I know we talked about this before, and the cool thing about the Masked Singer, I was asking you, how do you keep your identity secret? So talk about that a little bit.
Well, when I agreed to do the Masked Singer, it was like before I could even do it, I had to run it by the council. And the council, let me see, Kids to Lynn was surprised that it was me. You know what? I wasn't surprised because I sang my ass off. And that's not ego. It's like, when you do something well, but that you do this thing well. That's all I've ever done since I was 16. Folks are like, oh, I'm so surprised. You were surprised. I was never surprised. So it's one of those things that's even why I did the Masked Singer. So I had to run it by my daughter, Miley, by Mandy and by Jason. And we sat at the dinner table and I said, okay, there's this crazy ass show where people put masks on. So we watched the first season. I was like, it sounded weird on paper, but oddly, I like it. And now I'm invested. And then my buddy Joey Fatone was on it. And so I asked Joey, I said, Joey, did you have a good time doing this thing? And he said it was great. And then I thought, I'm tired, and I'm sick and tired of, ever since I made it in this business in terms of Whose Line, people have wanted to control my narrative. Either people saying, Wayne can't do this, or Wayne does this, or Wayne isn't black, Wayne is too black, Wayne did that. My story is my story to tell. Your story is your story to tell.
Amen.
This is how I take control of that narrative. I'm going to do this silly singing competition, and I'm going to put a mask on. And the good thing that will come out of it is no one will be front-loaded and go, oh, I'm not going to buy that R&B record. Wayne Brady had a record? You mean the dude that hosted whatever the show is with the deal and the dude that, I'm not going to buy that. Because it's a dude dressed as a fox. Right. Then you saw me perform. Even if I would have lost, the fact is from the time that I stepped on stage, from just one number, I was happy to just go, this is what I got. And when that mask came on and those tears happened, it was for real, because it was born out of frustration and joy. Because I've been a singer all my career. That's what I did full time before I started acting. That's how I've been on Broadway. That's how I paid my bills, writing jingles for networks and for commercials before I got on. And and I'm willing to take risks, and I'm willing to put myself out there in a way that folks say you weren't supposed to. So, so that's why I was happy to do The Masked Singer, and I finally just got my trophy. Thank you, Masked Singer, for finally getting on it and getting me that damn trophy.
What did the trophy look like? Is it a good trophy at least?
It looks like real gold. Yeah.
That's all that matters. As long as it ain't cheap quality, because you put your heart and soul into that thing, man.
Right, man. Like I'm asleep with that bad boy because I've got all my Emmys, and then I've got the Masked Singer trophy right next to it. You want to see it?
Yeah, let me see it.
Okay. See. This is how we have to do entertainment in this new day and time. You know that we keep it mobile. You know we don't need a TV studio.
That's
We're gonna
right.
go out the house.
Keep it moving. Keep it moving, baby.
We're gonna go out the house. I'm gonna go to my studio. I built my studio next door. Come on in. Pardon it is it's a bit of a mess right now, but this is where I rehearse and flat out.
Oh wow! Look at all the trophies.
I got the Emmys. One of them's missing because it's broken, so I'm getting it fixed. But right in the middle, there's the Masked Singer. That means so much to me. That Masked Singer trophy means as much to me as one of those Emmys because that was a hard fought fight. I really wanted that, and I was blessed to be around all those amazing. Patti LaBelle, come on, man! I was in a singing competition with Patti LaBelle. Come on.
Got the dogs and everything. What's up, doggy? Oh man, look at all them dogs.
Yeah, three of them are my are Mandy's, and four of them are mine. We're a big dog family.
Wow.
And you can see them. Oh man, I'm sorry. Now they just started getting loud. Okay, all right, go outside. See, man, you got to keep it real. I got loud ass dogs.
Right on. So look, man, Big Country, who was my manager, I don't know whether you saw him on in the beginning, but we was having a conversation. You know, he worked with Dave Chappelle, still does, and that was his Jeep that you was driving during that skit that you did on Chappelle.
What?
That black Lexus, yeah.
That is ridiculous.
How much fun was that doing that, man? Because that took you to, I mean, I had everybody talking for a long time. It still do with those lines in there.
See, that's one of those things, just like doing Masked Singer. Yeah. I like doing things, ever since I was a kid, I like it when people tell me who I am and what I can't do. Yeah. Because I like that. Because now I want to slap you in the face with this. You know what I mean? So when I was doing my talk show, I had a talk show on ABC. I took over for Rosie, and I won 3 Emmys for my talk show, and 2 for best host, and the show won for best show. I thought that I was doing a great job. I thought that I was representing us well. I thought I was doing my thing, but somewhere along the line. And this is at that point, this was like in 2001 to 2003. It's a different landscape now, you know, with Michael on ABC and a lot of the brothers and sisters are in the talk show space. Every day when I would get up and do a cooking segment with a little old white lady from Wisconsin, or I'm doing a special interest segment with the cutest puppies in the world, tune in at 10. I was getting a lot of flack from other black comedians like Chris Rock and other people of note who began to talk about my, I'm going to use air quotes, blackness, which is not a quantifiable. You're black until the day that you die. So when I realized that happened, I had a meeting, and I'm going to talk about this in my one-man show at some point. I had a meeting where I remember telling one of the execs, you guys leaving? Yeah. Okay. I remember telling one of the execs, you guys are trying to whitewash me. And they said, well, what do you mean? I said, I'm trying to bring acts that I like. You hired me as a host. I want to bring things that I like and I love. I don't want to be behind the desk. Everything that Ellen's doing right now, in the sense of wanting to have hip hop and she dances and everybody thinks it's cute when she jumps up and dances. But I wanted to do those things, and I presented the show to be a certain way. No. You can't do that. You got to wear a suit. You got to sit behind a desk. You can't have rappers on. You can't do this. You can't do that. My whole life became full of can'ts that started to affect me as a man and as a black man. When we parted ways, and they told me that if I didn't do a certain something by a certain weekend, then they would find someone to do my show. I said, if you can find someone to be me, great.
Right.
You can find someone to host a show, but you can't find them to be me because only I can do that. And then Tony Danza had a job the next week. It was an amazing freedom. And then the infamous Dave Chappelle sketch where Paul Mooney said, Wayne Brady makes Brian Gumbel look like Malcolm X, which to this day, I can't laugh at. See, I'm glad that you can laugh. I can't laugh at it because if you really dissect that joke, and Paul Mooney, I'd never say a disparaging word against Paul Mooney because Paul Mooney, in my mind, is one of our comedic treasures as a black entertainer that is on comedy. Having his work that he did with Richard Pryor and everything that he did in the 60s and 70s. And his work as a writer, groundbreaking. I would never say a disparaging word against him. But the shit, pardon my French, that one joke that so many people think it's funny to stop me in the street and go, hey, Brian Gumbel. And I say, kiss my ass. And I'm real about it. Because if you really, as a black person, if you break that joke down, it is demeaning to Brian Gumbel. It's demeaning to me, and it's demeaning to us as a people because we are not a monolithic people. Your experience isn't my experience. We spend enough time bringing energy and fighting outside forces. Yeah. Why do you want to spend your energy fighting me and trying to bring me down and telling me that I'm white or I'm from here and I'm there? You don't know where I grew up. Paul Mooney doesn't know the neighborhood in Florida that I grew up in, Tangelo Park. Paul Mooney doesn't know that I would fight every day going to and from the bus stop, having to fight folks and go knuckle to knuckle, sometimes get my ass whooped, but mostly whooping ass because I was the kid that had nothing to lose because you wanted to talk about me. So let's go. Let's go. And wait a minute, I want to go back on the comments. I agree, you can be, yeah. So we don't know each other like that. So for him to say that Brian Gumbel is so white and then say that I'm so white that I make Brian Gumbel black, it's just like when Bill Maher said once that instead of President Obama acting like Wayne Brady, he wishes that he would act like somebody from the hood. Mm. We are too rich a people culturally, and we have too much to give. We can be any damn thing that we want to. And I try to do all those things every single day. For you to say that because I don't fit into your narrow block of what it means to be black, that's your joke. That's the best you've got. That's your best joke. So that's why I don't like that joke. I think Paul Mooney is funny. I think that we laughed at that joke out of a knee-jerk reaction to we love to prove what's black. This is black, that's black. Well, how about I'm a man and I'm a black man? So when Dave reached out to me to ask me to do that sketch, it was amazing. Wait, this Kids to Get to Lynn, while not cool, be authentically you, Wayne. This is what I'm talking about. Kids to Lynn, you don't know me. I am authentically me. I can use whatever language I so choose. If I choose to use a bit of colorful language to express a point, guess what? I'm going to use that point. It doesn't affect who I am as a man and the point of who I am and the way that I speak and the points that I make because I'm a pretty smart person. So I don't need you to jump in and tell me who I can or cannot be. So I'm sorry to put you on blast, but that's the other part of me that is authentically me, that I do every day. I'm too old at this point in my life. I'm turning 48 soon. I'm not going to let people tell me who and what not to do because I've got a daughter for her to model her behavior after me. So that's what that is. So she's going to stand up for herself like I stand up for her. So you can enjoy Kids Celine or you cannot enjoy it. That's cool. So getting back to Dave, I was honored when Dave reached out. And I helped come up with a piece of that sketch. And he and his writing partner, they came up with the training day piece of it. And I came up with the killing the cop part and the microphone bits. And I knew that it was going to be a paradigm changer. I absolutely knew it. And I wanted to use it as a way to, like, in a movie, in an action film, when they've just had an amazing fight, and then the guy is walking in slow motion, and then he takes the thing, goes beep, and the explosion happens in the background. I was like, I'm not doing the talk show anymore. Click. I love that. So that's what I love to do. I love to make people talk because I hate being put into a box, because I wouldn't do that to you.
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of being put in a box, we didn't even talk about this side. I know you told me you got some issues that you need to deal with, so I'm gonna let you run. But we ain't talk about this side right here, Wayne.
Hey. All of our friends keep saying we should be more social.
Come on, boy.
Oh,
See, a lot
man.
of people don't even know that you sang. And the first time when I figured out that you sang, and I shared this story with you, was when Jamie Jones from All for One came out with that song, Don't Stop. And it had you on it. I said, what? And I kept playing that. I mean, I knew you sang, but I didn't know you sang. You know what I mean? And when I heard that thing, man, I was banging the mess out of that thing. So that was kind of like our first introduction to you as a singer on a record.
I have to give Jamie Jones props because I owe Jamie, I think I owe Jamie my recording career. And I want to stop for a second. And I think Kid meant the situation wasn't cool, and yes, be authentically you. If I misread that, then I do apologize. But I also feel that I just needed to say it in general. But I do apologize, Lynn. Yeah. I owe Jamie Jones my recording career, because Jamie was the first one to put me on a record like that. And then from that, I got the Disney song Beautiful As You with Jim Brickman, and then we put out the record, and then I got a Grammy nomination. So because of Jamie Jones, I was able to make my recording dreams come true. And now, even because of Jamie, now we just released that song after the Masked Singer called Flirtin' With Forever. Thanks, Big Country. Huh?
I said you and I danced on that record. That was my
man. We danced for real.
Had to come out my jacket, boy. I got hot. I got heated up in that thing, boy.
Oh, thanks, man.
When is that album gonna come out? Are you still gonna put it out now, or are you gonna wait on it?
Well, it's an interesting thing because of the way that the world is right now. You can't tour, you can't do those things. Right. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start releasing the music. I'm not even gonna charge. I'm just gonna take a page out of the book of a lot of these younger artists that they just release music, and they release mixtapes, and they release these things. I just want to release music. I don't even care if people pay for it, because to be honest, you really make your money touring. I just need to express myself that way. So if I can do music and I can do comedy and then turn around and do a dramatic role every now and then I am good to go, man.
Man, that's beautiful, man. We need to do a song together. Let me jump on the track with you.
You want to do that remix?
Yeah, let's do the remix.
Okay.
You ain't talking about one of the songs that we made up.
Oh my gosh. I'm trying to remember the one that was for the lady. There was one that was great. It was to this lady that was sitting right in front of us.
It was the one that we came off of when we was talking about FWB and how that song came to be.
Yes, it was that song.
That one was Roadmap to the Booty.
Roadmap to the Booty. We could actually release that.
We could. That
Roadmap to the Booty.
And then the other one was Let Me Do It For You. I do it
for you. I remember that, man. See, that's the thing. music and comedy go hand in hand so much, and that's why I love doing them. And creating the funny songs. I love doing the real songs too, but I love doing the comedy songs, because if you can make somebody laugh and you can make it sound good, that's a win.
Yeah. Look, somebody said, stop ignoring us and do it here. They want you to sing something. You feel like singing something, man?
Man, I don't even know how I would do it because I don't have the tracks.
Just sing it a cappella, man. You can sing. You're a real singer. Prove it to them that you can sing for real.
Let me think. I can't even think of. I'll do a little bit of.
Do Otis Red and try a little tenderness.
Oh, she may be weary. Young girls, they do get wearied wearing that same old shabby dress. Oh, but when they get weary, you've got to try a little tenderness. That's it.
That's it. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up.
Verbal Ace, man. There's a dude on here named Verbal Ace who is one of the most ridiculous beatboxers that you will see in your life. Like Will Smith has done stuff with him and everything. And we have been trying to do something together forever. So watch. Like the next thing I do is probably going to have a remix with Verbal Ace on it, doing the beatbox.
Okay. And put me down on something. You got time for a couple questions? Because I'd like to make these interactive for the
yes, sir. Let's do it.
For those who are watching. Let me grab a couple questions out this box. They're sitting here. Okay. This from Robo. What happened with the PCH deal? I was confused when Steve Harvey came in after you got the deal. Can you shed some light on that?
Guess what? I was confused too. Yeah, folks think, yeah, it's no, you know what? Business is business, and I thought that I was a great spokesperson for it, and it fit. We never made a commitment. They never made a commitment with me to go forward past a certain point. But it's almost like if you're just going to go to another brother, just let me know so that my face doesn't get cracked when I turn on and I say, oh, there's Steve Harvey. Well, good for you. But there's no animosity, and I think the official line from PCH was we are trying to reach as many people as we can and mix it up because we don't want to go with just one person, which I understand. So that's okay. But thank you for asking about that. Omega Dean says, any dream, what made you come up with the children's CD? I had a niece play it for boys and they loved it. I came up with my Disney Kids record because, especially at the time, I think I was listening to Black Eyed Peas, and it was like my humps, my lovely lady lumps, and my daughter was just singing it at the top of her lungs. I'm like, you don't even know what lady lumps are. So I was like, you know what kids need is they need a record that they can jam to, and the adults can jam to, because at that time the Wiggles were big, and I could only listen to Fruit Salad, Yummy Yummy in my tummy so many times. So we put together a record where we had songs that sounded like Sly and the Family Stone, like Will Smith, you know, like all of these different musical styles that the adults could listen to and the kids could vibe to as well. So that's why we came up with that.
Yeah.
What made you come up with my song FWB? Easy.
Uh-oh.
When we were writing the record,
this is a funny story.
It was I was living in Las Vegas at the time doing my Vegas show called Making Shit Up at the Venetian, and we were upstairs, and I was single because we had just divorced, and it was my first time being single since I was maybe 20. So we decided to let's write about the experience of meeting people and getting out there and loving some love, and it doesn't need to be serious. Truthfully living. Hey, thank you so much for that. Beautiful performer. So FWB really was the life that I was living at that second.
Hey,
I was like, yeah,
love is some love.
Love me some love. Hey. And so we wanted to do a Marvin Gaye type.
Listen, there's something sweet in
There's
music.
something
My
sweet in
words
music,
that can
but I'm
cross my
sorry,
words
just like
line.
from
So
line.
you were laughing.
You were laughing. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, that was the joint right there, boy. And just in case
Chester
anybody don't
Gregory.
know, that stands for Friends with Benefits.
Friends with benefits. There's
Yeah,
nothing wrong with the friend with benefits. Not at all. Just as long as you're all on the same page. You both
right.
have got to be on the same page. One of
Absolutely.
you can't be friends with benefits, and then the other one of you think that you're dating in a serious relationship, because that's just not cool. You have to
Right.
be forthright.
Yeah, you got to put it out there, put it in advance.
Yes, sir.
That was a good one, boy. I can't wait to hear more from you. You got to go, or you good?
I've got to go. My daughter needs help on a little something, and I just found out because the kids are doing the virtual schooling,
Yeah.
and it's rough on them. So shout out to the class of 2020. These kids.
Oh, she's graduating this year?
No, she's graduating next year, but
Okay.
but I know that it's really rough on the seniors. But
Yeah.
right now, the way the schoolwork is being disseminated is so rough on the teachers, it's rough on the kids, and they're depressed, they can't see their friends. So she has a big project, and this is counting for like 35% of her grade, and she's been working on it for a week. And she walked into the room right before I text you, went, I don't know what to do. I was like, okay, baby, I got you. Don't blow up. Don't, because I got you. So
You sound like a superhero. Don't worry. I
you know
got you.
what, man? I will always be a superhero for my little girl. It's Daddy Man. Yes, I will always be there.
Man, you're a great guy, man. I appreciate you doing this for me. I know you got to run. Family is important, so thank you for your time, bro.
Oh man, you know what? And I don't mean this in a hyperbolic sense. Anytime you want me to come on and you want to talk and whatnot, I'm there. I'm absolutely there.
I
So
appreciate
I
that, man.
thank you for your support. And when this nonsense is all over and I come to New York, drinks on me, brother.
Right on. Water for everybody.
Water for everyone.
I wanted to come out to the show, man. Let me know when you go back in the studio when all this lifts, because I had plans to come to the show.
Well, fingers crossed it'll be before the end of the year, because right now I believe that, Los Angeles, I don't know what New York is like, but Los Angeles is we are under the, it's an indefinite hold now. At first I thought it was September and August and then September. And now I think that we're just on hold. So who knows what tomorrow will bring. All I can do is go day by day. But as soon as we go back to work, I'll let you know.
Okay. Yeah, most definitely, man. I
Thank
appreciate
you so much,
it.
brother.
Thank you so very much, man. Round of applause for Wayne Brady, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, everyone, for watching. Thank you so much. Thank
Much
you.
love to you. Love you, bro.
Thanks, man. I love you too, bro.